Welcome to Big Ten Coast to Coast. Today we're going to talk about Michigan's spring game and my takeaways from it. Number one takeaway is Bryce Underwood had a great third down throw in the opening drive. His footwork looks better, but he needs to be more patient. His feet need to quiet down. That's why you see the sporadic throws where he just misses his target. And his decision making needs to be a little bit better. There's one ball where he threw it in triple coverage and almost got it picked off. But, you can see the talent from him. You see the ball jump off of his hand. He has all the athletic ability. He just needs to have things slow down for him mentally, but learning a new offense and terminology and all that stuff. So it's still early, but I think Bryce Underwood made the right corrections in his game and is developing in a positive direction. So I think that's looking good for them. The offensive line looked like it struggled with Michigan's defensive line the whole game. So that's a little concerning for Michigan because they rely on the run game and things like that. And protecting Bryce Underwood, I think that could be why his feet were fast. With the pocket collapsing around him. So if they can get the offensive line together, working together, protecting Bryce Underwood, I think they could have a really good year. Jordan Marshall looks great. He's definitely a running back in the NFL. So, there's really nothing really to say about him that you guys didn't see last year. You guys saw the flashes for him. Interesting to see how the trick plays work. I saw a couple reverses and stuff, reverse pass and things. I don't know why they're showing that in the spring game unless they're just trying it out, making defenses for the teams that are coming think about that thing and not run it, but think that it might happen. Because usually you try to keep the trick plays kind of secret and stuff. So I don't know how much they're going to use them, but that was kind of intriguing to me because usually it's like base vanilla stuff in these spring games where you just want your players to be comfortable and see what they actually can do. You don't try to throw trick plays in. So I'm questioning that part, but who am I when Kyle Whittingham says, let's do it? So another big thing is their wide receivers. You got Andrew Marsh, but J.J. Buchanan, I think he can be a weapon. He's got a big body target. I think he can be a really good wide receiver for Michigan. I think, he has a chance to be their, I wouldn't say number one because Andrew Marsh is really good, but he could, be a 1B, or a high 2 for him. The defensive line could be a problem for teams in the Big Ten. They look, if they were dominating Michigan's offensive line, that's why I'm not judging Michigan's offensive line as saying they're bad and stuff. But if that defensive line is like that against everybody else, it could be a really big problem for them, and Michigan rely on that defense in the running game. Savion Hyder, he's a monster. He's everything that you can read about and hear about in the recruiting profile. He's going to be great. I don't know, my projection for him, depending on if he gets all the carries, he could be 1,000-yard back as a freshman, and that wouldn't surprise me at all. Celeste Moa, he's an incoming freshman, transferred early to Utah, then got his release, came over. He looks like he could be a great wide receiver 3 or 4 as a true freshman, but he has a lot of potential that I see for the next few years to grow and be really, really good, like an NFL wide receiver 2 kind of player. So I'm going to be interested to see how he grows, during the summer and stuff. It's still early and all this stuff, all these things, but that's my kind of big takeaways. Oh, I forgot about Tommy Carr. He was super impressive. Lloyd Carr's grandson looks super great for a freshman. It looks like the game's slow for him already. His footwork is great. He's sneaky athletic, and he was really decisive. So I don't know if that's just them making it easy for him, but he was correct on every decision he made that I saw. So if you guys want to give me any feedback on how to do things better, what you guys are looking for, I'll help gear this to you, but I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.